This week's episode of Facts or Null is brought to you by TheRogueShop.com. If you're in need of high-quality, all-natural herbs and extracts that contribute to a happy, healthy lifestyle, The Rogue Shop is the place for you. With a variety of products that contribute to a healthy sleep, lower stress, and a happy mood, The Rogue Shop has you covered. Visit them at TheRogueShop.com and use code RAPPORT today. Tell them the War Report sent you. War Report family, we are back with another great edition of Facts or Null. Fellas, y'all ready to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Facts or Null. Auburn Basketball finishes the season with only one conference loss. What do we think?
I'm going to say facts on this one. I'm reluctant. I kind of want to say nah, but I'm going to go facts just because it's just the regular season. The long grind. Auburn is halfway through. It's almost through the regular season. I like its chances to not get a conference loss, but they still have some challenging games on the road against Arkansas, on the road against Florida. Tennessee is no slouch. There's opportunities for Auburn to slip up, have a bad game. We saw what happened on the road against Missouri. Against a better team, Auburn could potentially fall. And I think it's probably good for Auburn to drop a game going into the tournament, getting that behind them, recalibrating, refocus, getting back on target, and just dominating the rest of the way. I personally wouldn't mind seeing them lose a game just to get that out their system, but who knows? I'm going to go facts here.
I am also going to say facts because if that one conference loss comes, this team is going to be way too salty about it to let that continue, man. If that loss happens in the regular season, they're going to be playing lights out from there on forward. I'm with C, though. A little, let's say, post-pecan clarity as far as wins and losses wouldn't be a terrible thing. Get that out the way. Get hyper-focused. Know that you got some stuff that you need to work on. Obviously, it's going to show if we lose a game, and I think it'll be better for us in the long run. So I do say we drop one, but that'll be it. So, facts.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go now on this one. I think we finished with no conference losses.
Where your shades at?
Yeah, I don't have any shades for this one, but listen, what Bruce Pearl has going on the basketball side is special. I was of the opinion that we would lose. He said we would lose, but I'm starting to believe after an inspired performance that this team sweeps not only Bama, but the SEC. So I'm going to go now on this one. I think this team is a one-loss team for the season.
All right, fellas, facts or not? Walker Kessler will have another 10-block game before the end of the regular season.
Of course, I'm going facts on this one. Come on. This guy is having a season of seasons. He had a triple-double. He almost had another triple-double. He's blocking things all over the place. Auburn leads the country in blocks because of one Walker Kessler. I'm going facts. He's going to do that again. 10 blocks.
Yeah, I'm going to go facts, even though that is a high feat. It's been done already by Walker Kessler, and Auburn's going to face some teams that aren't that great as perimeter shooters. They like to get their points in the paint, which creates a lot of opportunities for Walker Kessler to clean up. He's been an eraser on the back end for the Auburn defense, and he stays out of foul trouble. He's been a problem for opposing teams. I think he'll have another opportunity to have another 10-block game before the regular season ends, and the way he's playing, he's been having an amazing season. There's no reason to think otherwise, so I'm going facts.
I'm actually going nah here. I think that Walker Kessler has enough of a reputation of a shot blocker now for people to avoid the paint, wait till he gets out of the game to attack the paint, and just up their jump shooting because they think they have a better chance out there. I mean, what we saw was Alabama shoot great from outside and terrible from inside against us. They shot better outside the paint than they did inside the paint, and that's the Walker Kessler effect. Other teams are going to take notice. Maybe they try to get him in foul trouble, and that's why he doesn't get up to the 10 blocks per game. But I think he's too much of a sure thing now for teams to try to test him consistently when he's on the floor. It's kind of like that lockdown corner that just doesn't get thrown in. So I'm going to say nah.
Facts or nah? Bruce Pearl will keep his coaching staff intact for at least 2 more seasons. What you guys think?
Hell yeah. Facts. What you think they just got these raises for, guys? They're staying. Facts.
I'm going to say facts. It's more than just the fact that they're coaches and maybe they can move up. They're making good work and good of their name by having these seasons with Bruce, but they're all tied to Auburn or tied to Bruce. Flanagan, Auburn guy. You got Stephen Pearl, of course. He's a Bruce guy. And then Marquise Daniels, he's the Auburn guy. A lot of our staff just likes it here. And let's be honest, where are you going to go where you have this much talent? You're going to hold on to that pay raise you just got. You're going to stack it up a couple more years. Maybe somebody takes a look around in 3 years, but I don't think anybody's jumping ship anytime soon. Yes, keeps everybody. Facts.
I'm going to go for the clean sweep here and say facts as well. Bruce Pearl has a very talented staff, and I believe other programs around the conference as well as around the country are beginning to take notice. And I think the Auburn administration doing an amazing job of being proactive enough to meet with Bruce Pearl, meet his demands, and actually increase or give raises to that staff, rewards them for their loyalty to Bruce. I think they'll continue to remain loyal, continue to build something special at Auburn. And I think about 3 years or so, you'll start to see some guys' names begin to appear for other coaching jobs. And I think that'll be the progression that we see for this staff. But I'm going to go facts here because I think the future is bright. Bruce Pearl did the right thing by getting these guys a bump in pay, and I think they'll stick around a little bit longer.
Well, you guys know what time it is. It's time for our Rogue Shop fan question of the week. This week's question comes from our guy, AU Fan TJ, on Twitter, and he asks, facts or no, Bruce Pearl's next recruiting class will be the best class per the rankings he's had at AU. Fellas, what do we feel about this?
This is an absolute fact. Not only did he get a guy in Jabari Smith, and he's going to turn him into a top 2 or 3 pick, but he got Wendell Green in here playing like the best point guard in the nation. You got KD Johnson from the dumpster fire that was Georgia, and now his face is everywhere. What he's doing with this team, not to mention Walker Kessler, we rescued him from the desert that is UNC basketball and put him on the spotlight as the best center in the country. What Bruce has proven is that he will take you, make you your best self, and put you in the spotlight. There's no way players don't already know it. They aren't taking notice of it. And that number 1 ranking, it carries enough weight that players are going to want to be a part of what we're doing. I say next class is absolutely Bruce's best class. Did I mention that he just got the contract that lets people know he's going to be here no matter what? Facts, best class.
Guys, I don't have no shades, but I'm going to go facts here as well. I think what Bruce has done for Auburn moving forward has solidified us as a basketball school. You have things like NIL, what he's doing with Jabari, being able to bring in top guys, get them in. These guys are getting NIL deals, and then they're winning on top of that, which helps them in terms of draft stock. I mean, shoot, Walker Kessler is starting. People starting to talk about him being in this upcoming draft. So what he's doing in terms of development with these kids, winning games, and basically creating a hotbed for Auburn and for kids to actually want to play their 1 year in college at a school like Auburn. And it helps that we're number 1 in the country and are maintaining that number 1 ranking. Being on ESPN, it's just all the more reason for kids to want to give Auburn that look. And with a coach like Bruce who cares about his players, it's a slam dunk. I'm going facts here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go facts on this one too. Listen, this build of one and dones that he's had, slowly improving this team, a Final Four, a few years ago, in the middle of the greatest run in AU basketball history right now for the regular season. I just think it's going to yield dividends in recruiting. Who's not going to want to play for Bruce Pearl in 2023? So having to rebuild your roster every season just about is a symptom of having a good team. Nobody does it better than Bruce Pearl. So getting Jabari Smith out might mean getting the next Jabari Smith in. So I'm going facts. Best recruiting class ever. Well, that's it for another great edition of Facts or Not, brought to you by therogueshop.com. Visit therogueshop.com and use code REPORT for 10% off. Other than that, guys, we want to hear from you. Hit us up, #FactsOrNot on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll get your question up on the next segment. Other than that, you guys know where to find us. We are The War Report, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TW Report on TikTok. Fellas, we're signing off, and as always, War Eagle.